Hey there, Luma Protocol tribe. I want to make a specific video out to the leaders that see the opportunity here to bring not just a new project, the Luma Protocol, but a new business model on the cutting edge of fintech, which at the beginning, it is super complex. There's so much moving parts, but hidden in all of that is a gem of an opportunity to really capture the growth of this token, the Luma, that you cannot purchase, but you have to actually mint through the Luma protocol and at the rate of earning 0.5% to 1% a day. So just on the passive side, it is attractive for us, it is attractive for our teams, and then it is sustainable with a 3x or 4x, depending on if it's 10,000 or less than $10,000 deposit. But beyond that, I want you guys to hear from a leader of leaders, Simon, who is not only our sponsor, but the CEO of Nivex, where I actually met up with him last time in Ho Chi Minh City at the Nivex office there, which Nivex now is delegating a lot of their attention to this Luma protocol, because the only place that you can get the input token, POP, to mine Luma is on Nivex. I wanted to give you guys the 40,000-foot view from someone who's building international teams, who's talking to leaders on Zooms all day, and give you guys an understanding of what's happening in these different markets that you may not be in, and what leaders are doing, what's led to over like $20 million being brought in the first 2 weeks, and I think 100x of Luma's growth in that time frame as well. So with that, Simon, thanks for your time. I know you were on a Zoom right before. Asked for a quick bathroom break in between. You're working hard. But what's happening in this Luma protocol? Is it living up to all of what you had hoped, all the foundational work that you've done, the attention that you are putting towards it? Is it living up to it in the first 2 weeks?
It's exceeding the expectations, to be honest. As you know, and you already experienced it. You was the first person to experience me being in bed, shaking, sick.
I was there.
I was launching, remember? 2 weeks ago, Luke was launching, so I was a little bit worried because I was shaking in bed, with COVID. Later, when you left, I ended up in hospital, and Luma is going, right?
Wow.
So I was like really, really worried that it's not going to grow without me. Although I did a big work beforehand, right? Like I was working for months on every single thing to get it ready. And anyway, since the launch, we passed, I think, two weeks at the moment, 77,000 registrations, $26 million in liquidity, $150 million market cap, and it's just growth of the token. You mentioned 100x, but it's I think 140x or 160x, something like this. From 0.05 to at the peak it was 80 cents. Today it spring out to mid festival in Asia, so there was a little bit sell off because of course people wanna get out. But again, 600,000 Luma was burned just today because some people sold. So very easy to pump it back up. And the price of the token is already going back up. So already 120, 140, 150x is like nothing. We are still growing every single day with the current growth of the Luma token. It's like I don't want to give any speculation. I'm not a speculator. I'm not giving any predictions. I'm a builder. I focus always on building. But with the current growth and the current market, I think easily 4x in the next 2 months, so.
In regards to the passive side, which I think us as leaders, we want to make sure that our passive teammates can succeed. Tell us about the passive. I know we're kind of projecting the 0.5% to 1% a day. What range is that falling in for anyone that's doing anything above 100 to I guess whether you do the 10,000 or less than 10,000, it will still be the same rate of growth, right? Whether you reach 3x or 4x, but where is it falling once you do the numbers between the 0.5% to 1%?
The earnings actually in reality over the past week, because such a explosive growth of Luma went up to 0.8% per day. So that's the first one, right?
Wow.
So what we do, we stake POP token to mine Luma token every single day, right? We purchase mining power every single day. So this mining power is generating for us 0.5. Actually, in reality, because of the growth of Luma, as I mentioned, it's 0.8%. every single day over the last week, right? Because the Luma exploded so much. And this system is designed in a way to adapt to the market conditions. So the more people in the business, the more hash power is bought, the faster the token grows. All of these things combined that are happening in the business, this smart contract protocol is adjusting the entire protocol and giving people what they deserve. If the protocol is growing really, really fast, the growth is explosive, and there is money to share with the people to increase, for example, team earnings or a passive side, it increases. If protocol slows down with the building because of whatever reasons, maybe holiday or something, it gets a little bit low.
Wow.
So it's like it fluctuates.
Dynamic.
It's a living mechanism that is adjusting and adapting to the market conditions, which is amazing. So the 0.8% per day. And then additionally, if you hold Luma and you hold Luma in a yield aggregator pool, you get additional percentage, which is very hard to calculate because it is based on the people are selling. And as you know, for the past 2 weeks, there's not many people.
Exactly.
Everyone is holding for the price increase, right? But today we had a little bit of sell-off. Someone sold 600,000 Luma was burned. So someone sold quite a big amount of Luma. Few people probably because of this Chinese and Korean and in general this autumn mid-spring festival. So people are cashing out a little bit to have money for holiday. And then it was actually very healthy, you know, for the business, because if everyone is holding and then at some point 6 months, 1 year from now, everyone dumps at the
same time
at one point, it wouldn't be so healthy. But now people sold out, they have money for the capital, and then the token is back already 50%, and it's gonna continuously go up. Like with such a burning, only today 600,000 Luma was burned. So we are going, remember, we are going from 210 mil to $21 million burnings, $21 million token burning. So from 210 mil, you cut 10.
Wow. So 90% burning?
90% burning, everything. It's like something approximately 90%. From 210 million, you cut a zero to 21 million. So imagine what's going to happen with the price of Luma within the next year, 2 or 3.
Okay, so I got to ask you, because I want to make a tutorial video of doing a large withdrawal from Luma. And at the same time, I don't want to do it because I know this is just the beginning and I want to hold on to it. What is a strategy that big builders like yourself, that you're utilizing to kind of sell some and keep some? Like, do you have some formula there, or what are you doing?
So I'll tell you what, I have opened many accounts. I have invested a lot of money, few $100,000 in Luma. So I am not cashing out at this point. I believe in the protocol. I believe in the business. Otherwise, I wouldn't even cooperate with them as Nivex, right? But I believe in the people. I believe in the growth. And Luma is in such early stages. It's just getting better and improving. You know, smart contract. It's not a simple thing to do. It's not just a website. It's not just some easy project. It's a blockchain. It's a coding. It's a lot of development stuff. And Luma is just at such an early beginnings that it's just getting better every single day. There's many things to work on. There's many things to improve. And the next 3 months, it's going to be just constant improvement until we get to hard coding and the, certic verification and stuff like this. Because for all of that, everything has to be perfect, you know, before you go and send it to somewhere else to verify smart contract. It has to be
because you can't change it.
Because it's not only smart contract now, you know, like people need to understand what we are building it here. Like people that get into the Luma, for example, they see only Luma, but they don't understand that it's not Luma. It's Nivex, $1.5 billion trading volume exchange with 300,000 people built already for 1.5 years. That's something that is already with infrastructure of 12 different offices in Asia, with license regulation in the United States. That's Nivex. We have already huge infrastructure for Nivex. Not only Nivex, we have built our own blockchain, which is Pulp Chain. We build our own blockchain and we invite other builders to come and build on it. We have invested and cooperated with 22 businesses over the past year. We closely cooperate at the moment with 80 different businesses that are driving traffic to Nivex and users and every single thing. We participate in the biggest crypto events in the world. I just came from Singapore, Token 2049, when Nivex was in the main hall. I was speaking on the stage with the best and the biggest founders in the crypto industry. We are building empire here. We are building legacy here. Luma is just step through the door for the people. People see all of these little things that are happening in the business, and they don't understand that the business is basically solving problems every single day. That's what business is. You know, there's nothing else to the business. You wake up, you solve problems.
That's true.
So solving problems is one thing, but you have to get up out of your bed with a little bit different approach. You have to have something different in your mind. So it's not only for you to solve problems. It's not about solving problems, but it's about actually creating something, about the purpose that, you know, we are building something bigger. We are improving this industry. We want to help this industry enter mass adoption. We are building this entire ecosystem to give people so much value that when they come, they will not even think about leaving, because there will be so many different things in Nivex, in entire ecosystem, that they will be able to build and make money with, help their people, educate their people, and experience this crypto industry, this beautiful crypto industry, on the way to mass adoption and on the way to the top of replacing this traditional outdated Rothschild banking system.
You know, I've gotten to hear your talks live in person, whether it was at the Vietnam event, whether it was in South Korea, whether it was in Bali. And you talk about this mass adoption, talk about like why this is just the beginning of the tipping point of the massive amounts of people and the massive money that is coming into the crypto space. And they need homes, they need cutting edge strategies, whether it's AI, whether it's easy friendly, the ones that are solving the problems that the everyday person needs to get into the crypto space, to have some ways to earn, to have some ways to stay involved. And for us, I think this sort of integration, Nivex, PopChain, and Luma, is a wonderful trifecta of long-term building for us leaders. Now, I want to talk back to what matters to leaders, which is making money. And of course, in that process, they build teams. In that process, they educate. We have the incentive to do that. In Luma, from your view of being able to talk to so many leaders across the entire world, how much are the top earners making already in, like, less than 3 weeks now?
How much?
Range.
It's smiling behind the behind the laptop, because you know how it is with the top earners. We like to brag, but
silently,
we don't really want to reveal how much it is.
No, it can't be that crazy already. It's just like 17 days or something.
I'll
give a range.
It's not 100K per day.
What the hell?
It's also it's not 100K per day.
Nobody's thinking 100K per day in 3 weeks.
Listen, it is not.
I know. I'm saying no one's even thinking that.
It is not as little as just 10K per day. Let's put it this way.
You're telling me someone's reached 10K per day?
I'm talking about the range from 10K per day to 100K per day. Some are there. Just okay. Shoot the dart.
Okay. Wow.
Listen, brother, I told you I have 25 accounts myself, and all of these accounts have big investment, and then some of these accounts are shared accounts, some of them are not, and all of them are growing and building, and some of these accounts have to repurchase the package every single 2 days
because they're forexing.
Because of the forex. So, and in 5 days I'm flying to Korea to do a leadership meeting for 200 Korean leaders. So we are launching Korea even stronger. After Korea, I'm flying to Spain, to Tenerife, to have a very high class networking party with top 50 people from all over the world, from entire, industry, crypto industry. So that's that. They are not in Luma, they are not in our ecosystem yet, but that's why I'm flying there. I know these guys for many, many years. One friend of mine has birthday. Wow. So, I will be flying from Korea to Tenerife, 28 hours flight, especially for this high class networking meetup with 50 top quality, high level individuals. So I'll be there for like 5 days. Then I get back to, I think, Madrid, to another teams that are growing in Europe for Luma. We have amazing teams growing in Russia, in Germany now. Australia started growing. United States is growing. We have Canada. There's so many different teams are starting that I wish I could clone myself, or at least
you almost can.
So I can go and help and build with all of these people, to show my presence, to show my support. But you got to do what you got to do. I realized that I also have to take care of my health. I cannot do 18 hours per day as I was doing, because later I'm completely useless in bed. You experience it. So now I'm doing it the smart way. I'm still working 12 hours per day, 14 hours per day when I can. But at the same time, I have to pay attention that health is important, because if I get out of the business, then
Man, growth is such an exciting time where sleep and everything else gets in the way. these kinds of numbers I knew were possible. I didn't think they were already achieved, because us leaders, we want to know that people are making these kinds of money, that it's worth the effort, that it's worth figuring out everything that's going on, because this is a real blockchain project. There's a real DeFi project. It's a real ecosystem. It's a real exchange. It's all real investments, and they're going out there to bring this to the actual crypto blockchain conferences and meetups and the biggest of events. So it's not like they're just focusing on the networking side, just focusing on the people that are in our small circle, but the larger ocean of crypto people. And when we see that as leaders, and we want long-term projects, we want things that we can be proud of, there's an exchange behind it. There is so much bigger potential when you have your own blockchain, when you have demonstration of a successful project, which is Luma, that they're creating on their own, that attracts the other projects. And guess what? If we're earning in POP at the end of taking our money out of Luma, that is how we're also getting to participate in all of the other verticals on this blockchain. So when it comes to leadership, let's talk about how we can help leaders. Is there regular company Zooms? Is there a event being planned on the horizon? What's happening?
You are so on point. You always know what's going to happen. You don't even pay attention to everything, but you know what's happening. So yes, Zooms are happening. We have consultants already in Russia, in Korea, in China. Actually, in China, many of them. We are hiring consultants for English-speaking market, for German-speaking market. Already, it's happening every single day. Leaders are doing Zooms, and additionally, I think approximately 6th of November, which is approximately a month from now, there will be a leadership meetup for 1,000, maybe 1,200 leaders in Hong Kong.
Wow.
So the next month, welcome everyone to Hong Kong. Qualification will be very small, like tiny, guys, from what I have known, experience, and what they told me is like V2, which is $60,000 in the smaller teams. It's like tiny, but it only covers your hotel, right? So that's why it's so tiny, so people can cover their flight tickets, because everyone will be flying from different
parts of the
countries, and the logistic nightmare, for the organizers. So that's why the qualification is so little, so people can use the other money that they have from the building for the ticket, and we can do a proper leadership meetup in Asia, in Hong Kong. And we are working with a lot of Asians, a lot of Koreans, Vietnamese, Chinese. So they will have their own leadership training after the event. Event will be multi-languages, as you know, every speaker speaking different language. But at the same time, when we gather our English-speaking community from many different countries, and a lot of people fly there, we will do separate
trainings,
leadership training, and retreat kind of, to divide teams, because there will be like Chinese people, Korean, Vietnamese, Japanese, English-speaking people, German-speaking people. So we want to do it in a way where the event is shared all together, and then outside of the event, we're gonna do all of this leadership training.
Awesome.
How can we build this Luma to multi-billion-dollar business? And we are not far away from there, because it's already 150 million market cap. So just a little bit more push. 2 weeks. Man, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
That is going to be so exciting to have been here to help with the growth, to earn with the growth, to get this out to our teams, that we get a chance to be leaders in terms of helping them understand, in the same way that when crypto and blockchain was first brought to us, it was so much to take in. And the person that takes people out of like ignorance and confusion and like what's going on to clarity, in that transition is where you make money, is by providing people the answers and understanding and working with them to say, yeah, you're in crypto, but do you understand like how this works, like how DeFi 3 works and how it's cutting edge, and how to get into a exchange that has all these features and all these benefits, and to be a part of, I think, what is that Connectify ecosystem that is like kind of a much blockchain. Yeah. So tell us lightly about Connectify as we wrap up.
There is so much innovation, in the crypto market. Every single company in the crypto market is going into this industry from a completely different angle. And I noticed that finally people started realizing on Token 2049 that something has to change, because in this industry over the past years, we had this nonsense and a craze with the meme coins, with rug pulls, with streamers dumping on the people during the streams, and
oh my god,
And a lot of founders and a lot of people realize that's not the way to go. Everyone is approaching industry from a different angle. At least everyone who cares about the industry, everyone who cares to help this industry enter mass adoption, spread this idea of blockchain crypto to the rest of the world, and everyone is doing the best they can from all of the good founders and all of the good builders to help this industry scale, grow, and invite all of these other people. Because we got stuck a little bit at 6.5% mass adoption during bull market, 6.5. When the bear market comes, it's gonna be 2% probably, right? So we are tiny. We are so tiny. We are where internet was like in 1995. So we are very, very early, and I'm very, very glad because I talk about it on stage. You already heard that when internet bubble popped in 2000, there was like complete carnage and cleanup of the entire market. 10 years later, 20 years later, we have 5 to 10 businesses that survived. And these 5 to 10 businesses are the businesses that were building a real value. And that's, I'm talking about this backstory to get into the Connectify. Connectify is this real value. Because in crypto industry, innovations change. Every single year, there's a new innovation. You cannot outcompete some of the biggest giants, like I mentioned. We have as Nivex, we have a competition of all of those biggest exchanges, Binance, Bybit, KuCoin, Huobi, with billions of dollars to spare. You cannot outcompete them. You cannot outspend them, right? Because they have bigger infrastructure, more money. But what you can do, you can create them. Use creativity to implement stuff into your ecosystem and show what you can do actually with the power of the community, because that's what Connectify is about. It's about the community. Every single thing in crypto, and not only in crypto, in every single other company is about the community. Like, look at the Apple. Is Apple really the best technology in the world? No, they create this ecosystem story and the rebels against status quo. That's why everyone is going to Apple. So are working on building such a vision in crypto. We are connecting people, we are connecting communities to all of these businesses that will change. That's the nature of the crypto industry. Innovation is different every single year, every single 2 years. So businesses change and they will change. But our real value, mine, yours, we know each other for so many years. We're good friends for so many years. That's our real value. We can always do something together. If we end up again at the bottom of the life, you never know what that's going to give you. We have each other. We have our own connection. We have teams and leaders that we loved, we supported, and that's what Connectify is about. To build all of these communities, to help all of these people, help all of these communities, train them that businesses change, businesses come and go. That's a crypto, that's a world, right? But at the end of the day, we are people. We are human beings, and we are working towards better life and richer life, and richer life always comes with the richer connections and the better connections and people around you.
Well said, man. It's definitely takes us to a much bigger picture, a much bigger ecosystem. I'm really honored to be working on this project with people I like, with a project that I feel at ease with a foundational house in exchange. As they say, the house always wins. While we are doing some cutting edge stuff to bring people into the crypto space, to bring people into the cutting edge space. And that's the privilege that we have, both in terms of the DeFi Web3, in terms of Nivex and its cutting edge features that it's constantly adding, as well as its own blockchain, its own protocol on the DeFi 3 cutting edge of what is available in fintech and blockchain. And so for me, I'm also very excited as I get to learn, as I get to stay on top of things, on top of where the money movement is happening in the crypto space, the future of economy. And so that gives me a better understanding of how to participate in this global shift of wealth, as we are still at the smallest percentage of mass adoption. So with that, thanks, Simon, for just giving us an update, especially for leaders that are looking and wondering, is this a place to put your time, energy, effort, attention, and bring this to your audience? I and Simon and so many other leaders can validate that it is not only worth it in terms of real project, but also the output of income is more than I was expecting in this early first few weeks stage. So imagine a few months, imagine a year plus, what sort of incomes and stories. And there'll be people that come in after you that may be on your team, maybe sideline, that will crush it. And we get to be the ones to bring this to them. So thanks, Simon, for bringing it to me. And I get to share it with my people as well. So with that, we'll stay in touch and do a lot more content together from around the world. Take care, brother.
Perfect. Take care.